Right now, helicopters, planes, and a Coast Guard cutter are searching for a Delray Beach woman west of Calais, Bahamas. Her husband rescued after his boat, or their boat, found partially sinking off the Florida Straits. News Channel 5's Michelle Casada is live now in Boca Raton, where she's learning more about the missing realtor and has the latest on the search. Michelle?
Kelly, Isabella Hellmann's boss and co-workers here at Signature Real Estate Companies knew she was on vacation, but got the horrible news about the Coast Guard search for her today. This is what we know so far. Isabella Hellmann was last seen on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Her husband radioed for help after their boat, he says, hit an object and started taking on water. Now, the Coast Guard rescued her husband, Louis Bennett, from a life raft, but crews have yet to find Isabella. She is a well-known realtor in Delray Beach. Her boss told me she has a 9-month-old baby, and he says the entire office is sending prayers to her family.
Everyone's expressed a lot of concern today. The phones have been ringing nonstop. People have been calling with well wishes, and right now we're keeping everyone's spirits high because no news for the time being is good news, and that's what we're counting on.
I did just get off the phone with the Coast Guard office in Miami, and they tell me they will be searching throughout the night. Once we have more information, we'll bring that to you. For now, live in Boca Raton, Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel 5.
Isabella Hellmann was last seen Sunday night on a catamaran with her husband.
Louis Bennett told the Coast Guard he hit something and was taking on water 30 miles west of Sal in the Bahamas. You see the relationship to the Keys and to Cuba. At that point, Bennett said his wife was missing.
Michelle Casada is live in Boca Raton, where she spoke to Isabella's friends as they await word on the search. Michelle?
Michael, Kelly, Isabella Hellmann started out her real estate career here at Signature Real Estate Companies a little over a year ago. She and her husband have a beautiful 9-month-old baby girl. Her realtor and friend told me Isabella was excited to go on vacation with her husband to celebrate their recent marriage. This is how Tina Saragaglia told me she's used to seeing her friend Isabella Hellmann smiling with her 9-month-old baby in her arms.
I saw her before she left, and they were going to pick up a boat or something, and they have a little baby, and they are a nice couple.
Tina just learned there is a Coast Guard search for her friend 30 miles west of Sal in the Bahamas. At around 1:30 a.m. Monday, the Coast Guard received a radio beacon alert from Hellmann's husband's boat. Louis Bennett was found at sea on a life raft. He told crews the 37-foot catamaran hit an unknown object and started taking on water. His wife Isabella was last seen on the bridge keeping watch, but he says he could not find her and had to abandon the boat. The Coast Guard found the partially sunken boat in the Florida Straits Monday.
I'm really shocked, and it will be fine. Everything will be fine, because they deserve that.
Saragaglia told me the couple was not traveling with their baby. On Isabella's Facebook page, it says she left for her trip on April 29th. Her boss and co-workers at Signature Real Estate Companies are staying positive.
I have to keep her in my thoughts and prayers only in a favorable manner, and so we're caring to keep everyone's morale and spirits up here at Signature.
A Coast Guard representative told me Isabella's husband, Louis, is now in Marathon. It's unclear exactly where Hellmann and her husband were heading to on their boat. The Coast Guard says right now their focus is to find Isabella. Crews will be searching overnight. Reporting live in Boca Raton tonight, Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel.
For the first time, the sister of a Delray Beach woman who disappeared at sea is telling her story.
For more than 2 weeks, no one has heard from Isabella Hellmann. Her husband claims they were on board his 37-foot catamaran when the boat hit an unknown object and Isabella went overboard.
Tonight, Isabella's sister talks to our Michelle Casada about what she fears happened. Michelle joins us live now from the Coast Guard station in Riviera Beach with more. Michelle?
Isabella's sister Diana told me the FBI and the Coast Guard will not tell her much about the joint investigation. Now, Isabella Hellmann and her husband Louis Bennett left their 9-month-old baby with Diana. They were taking a boat from St. Martin to Key West, but the 2-week trip lasted longer than expected and ended in tragedy. Not wanting to appear on camera, but wanted to talk, Isabella Hellmann's sister Diana told me life has been hard to bear the last couple of weeks. She told me about the first time she saw Isabella's husband after her sister disappeared.
He was calm, he wasn't crying or anything. When I saw him, I ran to him and I hugged him and I said, "Where is Isabella?" And he said, "I don't know."
In the days to come, Diana said Louis Bennett did not talk about what happened at sea, but the uncertainty kept stirring inside her. She asked Bennett why he let Isabella keep watch at night and why not search for her.
Why didn't you just stop the boat and just drop the anchor to do something about it? He said I needed to keep the boat on track. So his priority was keeping the boat on track. And then I asked him, do you think she's alive? Do you think she's dead? And he said, I think she's asleep. That was his answer.
Diana said she told Bennett she wanted to continue searching for Isabella, but he left for Cuba on his own, not including Diana. Diana told me Bennett returned Sunday to pick up the baby. 2 hours later, came back with a Boca Raton police officer demanding the baby's things. The scene turned emotional for Diana and her mother.
He was like, move, I'm leaving. And you're not gonna see the baby again. My mom passed out. She passed out on the floor.
Diana said she was told Bennett has left the country. Now, the FBI has not provided any information on the investigation. I have tried to reach Bennett by email and at his condo. We have not been able to find a phone number for him. All new at 6, Diana walks us through Isabella and her husband's trip. Reporting live from the Coast Guard station in Riviera Beach, Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel 5.
In just a few hours, Louis Bennett, the husband of a Delray Beach woman who went missing at sea, will be in federal court. He was arrested by the FBI in West Palm Beach today on federal charges of stealing gold and silver coins. Tonight, Hellmann's sister is talking only to our Michelle Casada about the arrest.
Isabella Hellmann's disappearance has been a nightmare for her family. They say they don't know what to think about Louis Bennett's arrest, only that it adds to the questions they already have about what happened to Isabella on his boat. The news of Louis Bennett's arrest by the FBI is the first Diana and her family have heard anything about him in months.
There's so many things in my mind, in our mind, that we don't know what to think or what to expect from him.
Her sister, Isabella Hellmann, vanished from Bennett's boat in the Florida Straits in May during a trip from St. Martin to Key West. Since then, her family has resented that Bennett left the country with his and Isabella's only daughter, 1-year-old Amelia.
We never stopped talking to him. He was the one who stopped talking to us. So we were always here for him.
The FBI has been investigating Bennett, but never said it was a criminal investigation until now. Bennett was arrested in West Palm Beach for allegedly stealing gold and silver coins in St. Martin last year.
I didn't think he was that kind of person.
The FBI report reveals Bennett placed 2 backpacks and a suitcase in his life raft when he abandoned his boat, which he said was taking on water this May. None of the bags contained Isabella's things, but there were 9 plastic tubes of silver coins allegedly stolen in 2016 from a boat in St. Martin that Bennett was a crew member on.
It just surprised me, because if it was an accident or whatever, why will you have all those things?
The FBI searched Bennett's Delray Beach home in June and found more coins. Diana said she hopes the FBI's investigation will provide more answers as to what happened to Isabella Hellmann in the last hours after she and Bennett left Havana on board his catamaran.
We are not the same. The only thing it's always in our minds are my sister, Amelia, what happened, where is she?
Bennett is in federal custody and was taken to Key West by federal agents. He's expected to appear in court there tomorrow morning at 11:30. Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel 5.
5 months ago, she lost her daughter at sea. 15 days later, her daughter's husband took her granddaughter out of the country.
Tonight, Isabella Hellmann's mother talks only to our Michelle Casada 1 day before a judge will consider a request to declare Hellmann dead. Michelle joins us now in the newsroom with more. Michelle?
Michael Kelly, Louis Bennett's lawyers will go to court tomorrow to ask for a death certificate for his wife. Since he took his daughter overseas, he's refused to talk to Isabella Hellmann's family, and they say only once did he send proof that Amelia was okay.
Me dolió en el alma el día que él se llevó la niña y me dejó tirada a mí en el suelo, desmayada.
The last time Amparo Alvarez saw Louis Bennett, her daughter's husband, he was ripping her then 10-month-old granddaughter from her arms with plans to leave the country.
Nosotros lo queríamos mucho a él. Mucho lo queríamos.
But that love has now turned into pain. 5 months after her daughter went missing while she was with her husband, Louis Bennett, at sea, he's trying to get a judge to presume her dead. And she is not okay with that.
No No sé por qué él no habla con nosotros, no nos pregunta nada a nosotros.
Amparo says the FBI is still investigating Isabella's disappearance. She doesn't know where her granddaughter is, and now Bennett is in jail awaiting trial for allegedly transporting stolen coins. Before his arrest, the family wrote to him in England to try and visit the baby. He never responded, just sent them a few photos of Amelia.
Por favor, me ayuden a recuperar mi niña, que me la den y que me den una razón. ¿Qué pasó con mi niña?
Bennett's attorney is expected to use findings from the Coast Guard's report that Isabella could not have been able to function after 13 hours at sea or survive more than 120 hours. A judge will consider whether to presume Isabella Hellmann dead tomorrow morning. Bennett is expected to stand trial for the federal charge against him in December. Live in the newsroom, Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel 5.
A mother lost at sea. A judge again refused to declare Isabella Hellmann legally dead. In fact, she questioned whether there's even proof that Hellmann was on the boat, as her husband claims. News Channel 5's Michelle Casada is live in Palm Beach Gardens with what the judge wants before she'll consider this case again. Michelle?
Kelly, the judge wants Louis Bennett, Hellmann's husband, to testify. She said it doesn't matter that he's in federal custody charged with transporting stolen coins. She ruled she won't accept his deposition unless Bennett can prove that somehow U.S. Marshals can't get him to court.
Please be seated.
Judge Kathleen Kroll told Louis Bennett's attorneys she has not heard the evidence she needs to presume his wife, Isabella Hellmann, dead.
I don't have anybody now, even from the Coast Guard, who's testified this is inaccurate and full report. I don't have any testimony that she was on the boat.
Louis Bennett claims Hellmann went missing from their boat just over 5 months ago off the coast of the Bahamas. Bennett's story is that as he slept and his wife Isabella kept watch, the boat hit an object and Isabella was gone.
People generally hope the other person is alive, and they wait as long as possible. So the immediacy of this is concerning.
Bennett, who is in federal custody, has not appeared to testify. The judge will only accept his deposition if his attorneys can prove U.S. Marshals won't bring him to court. Bennett's attorney said he's talked to the Hellmann family attorney for other ways to get the judge the evidence she wants.
My communication with them was, with regard to this hearing, there may be some evidence I need to secure from them.
But they have been very vocal about not wanting her to be presumed dead, and I believe that's completely against what your client is after.
I'm not aware of them being vocal about this.
They've spoken to us and told us, on the record, that they don't want her declared dead.
Why is that?
They said that they still have hope she's missing. It's only been 5 months, and they're surprised that Mr. Bennett would want to do this so quickly.
I can guarantee you Mr. Bennett he himself would much prefer that they find Isabella.
The judge has said twice now it's not usual for someone to be declared dead so soon after being missing. And Bennett's attorney says he and Hellmann's condo, which is in her name, is just sitting there accumulating HOA fees. Reporting live from Palm Beach County tonight, Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel 5.
News Channel 5's Michelle Casada has the emotional interview you're going to see only on 5, and she joins us live from downtown West Palm Beach. Michelle?
Michael, it's been 7 months since Isabella Hellmann disappeared at sea while on a boat with her husband, Louis Bennett. Today, we know Bennett is going to federal prison, and he is the only link between Isabella Hellmann's parents and their granddaughter. Cameras are not allowed in the federal courthouse, but in a courtroom, Isabella Hellmann's family sat next to me, and their hands shook as Louis Bennett pleaded guilty to transporting stolen coins.
No, nunca habíamos visto a Benito hasta hoy, que fue muy triste ver la situación de él, porque yo a él lo quise mucho como un hijo y yo no esperaba esto de él.
Amparo Alvarez told me she last saw Bennett less than 2 weeks after her daughter Isabella disappeared. He came to her home to take the daughter he shared with Isabella to England.
Lo único que quiero es ver a Emilia, nosotros no queremos nada más. Nos sentimos muy tristes.
On May 14th, Bennett claims he and Hellmann were traveling from St. Martin to Key West when their boat hit something in the water. When he went on deck, Bennett claims the boat was taking on water and his wife was gone. Federal agents said when they rescued Bennett, they found tubes of coins in his life raft. The coins were stolen from a boat in St. Martin in 2016, and the FBI said Bennett was a member of the crew and was the one who reported the gold and silver coins stolen. Bennett was arrested in August.
Es que fueron dos tragedias seguidas, porque se cumplieron 7 meses de que mi niña salió de la casa y esta es la hora que no sabemos nada de ella.